OTA in these 60 years have given many leaders that are continuously working with passion to train the youth of the country. I, Dr. Kumud Khatri, trainee number 102 from Rajasthan Directorate, welcome you all to this podcast series. And today with me, I have Lieutenant Dr. Yashodhara Raj, a proud leader and alumna of OTA Gwalior, Associate NCC Officer of 31 UP Girls Battalion, and Associate Professor of Sharda University. Ma'am, it's indeed an honor to welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
As we all know that you were an NCC cadet, could we believe that that is the reason you opted to become an Associate NCC Officer? Or is there any other story behind it? If you could share with us.
While we say that if you throw a prayer in the universe, it will definitely be heard and it will come back to you. I always had the dream of becoming an army officer, but somehow the destiny was different. I got through public sector, and instantly the moment you come out of the college and you get through public sector, it again is a different world altogether, and parents also indeed had that portion in the mind. So I joined the public sector. Okay. Slowly from there moved on to the corporate sector, and from corporate to learning, teaching portion was my destiny. And from there it happened that in teaching, continuous caretakers were changed. So being a C certificate to my university, I come from Sharda University, that's in Greater Noida. So they were looking forward and I applied, and yes, the world is here. Where am I? I am in Sharda with 31 UP Girls Battalion as an Associate NCC Officer and Assistant Director IIKEC from Sharda University. So yes, I threw my prayers in some or the other form. Believe me, we get it.
And that is now you're wearing the uniform with stars on your shoulders, ma'am.
Absolutely a matter of pride and honor and dignity for a female.
Definitely. For all of us, ma'am. All of us who are trainees, all of us who are working towards it, all of us who are in the process of becoming Associate NCC officers. Now, as soon as we decide to become ANOs, we know that we will be landing here at OTA Gwalior. So when we come here at OTA Gwalior, this place gives us lifetime memories. I think you'll agree with me.
Absolutely.
So if you can share a few glimpses, those experiences, those mischiefs that you have done here at OTA, those moments that are still etched in your mind.
Right. So thanks, Kumud, for asking such a beautiful question, taking me down to the memory lane. And of course, lots and lots of memory in this Pandora box, starting from Tham Tham Khali Khali Ek To. Nobody can forget ever in life.
Can you remember that mentor that has kept that memory in your mind still alive?
Absolutely, our Ustad Rajesh sir. And that was a time when I, at the age of at the jerk of 45 years, I did my OTA coursework. That was something, the beliefs, we start forming the beliefs that how I'm going to do.
And it must be physically challenging for you.
Absolutely.
That is how OTA prepares you.
Yes, and belief that comes so strong. Will I be able? I'm going to hurt myself. And the only thing that used to come to my mind was I have to complete. And the best part was the Rajesh sir. Tham Tham Khali Khali Ek Do, and Gurang sir and Thapa sir. So all these three mentors were so good enough. They knew when to halt, how to boost up, how to make you feel that, okay, no, you're not special. Your age is just a number. So that is something that really makes a person tough. And apart from that, certainly the mischiefs, you are here. So you have to recreate yourself to the joy
and
to motivate.
That is why this question has been pitched here.
Yes. So certainly, sometimes it used to be going to somebody's room and eating something or the other, munching and taking out your burst portions.
Actually, ma'am, OTA is a family away from family.
It's a family. Away from family, you live a different life. You live for yourself. The things it's your own me time. And people are not that lucky. Though they claim me time, but they're not that lucky that we believe.
Yes.
And the other incidents I would like to share, I'm sorry I'm taking time, but certainly it's very, very close to my heart. The moment I came out from OTA after peeping, there was a function at my home.
Okay.
And my in-laws were having Golden Jubilee, 50th anniversary. So my mother-in-law sister was there, and the function of Haldi was going on. And all of a sudden, she was just looking like this up rooftop. And all of a sudden, my brother-in-law just shook, Mausi, and she just collapsed, fainted. So everybody was surrounding her, and I was there along with me. One ex-OTA colleague was also there. She had also passed through OTA.
Okay.
So she joined the ceremony, and all of a sudden, I felt something is wrong because I entered, and I just tried to take the breath. I just checked the pulse. Now I hope you are getting the clues.
Yes.
What happened was CPR.
CPR.
And I felt there was no pulse, and immediately I, along with my friend come ex-trainee of OTA, both of us, she started rubbing the feet and tapping, as well as I started giving CPR. And after giving CPR, she just woke up. She took a deep breath, like, and that was the moment that she opened her eyes. Again, she tried to faint collapse, and continuously I was giving CPR. In the meantime, we called the ambulance, and the ambulance was there. We took to Apollo Lucknow, and Apollo Lucknow just asked, do you know what happened? I said, probably she had some cardiac. That was my assumption, because certainly something must have happened, because there was no pulse. And it was 2 massive cardiac arrests she had. And they said, who given the CPR? I'm sure somebody has given CPR. I said, sir, I'm the one. I'm a certified from OTA Gwalior. And that was a pride moment. Again, OTA Gwalior has changed my life. My family, everyone is in debt to OTA Gwalior for providing this training. Because
and that is why we usually mention, ma'am, that the teachings at OTA are lifetime teachings.
Absolutely.
They do not end in 75 or 90 days that we learn here. It goes on for a lifetime.
For a lifetime, and that was, I was able to give life, which I never thought the time when we were having CPR training. And I remember the very day, morning CPR, afternoon we had the exam. So all of us were completely at the rebellious mode. The commandant sir was not ready to accept our plead, request, whatever you say. We were throwing full pressure on Major Priyanka, and Pratibha ma'am was there at that point of time, and we were all 123, and they were trying to handle, and they said, CPR, just learn. And believe me, I never expected that I will be able to save life, and at that juncture, the moment I just move out, and it happened.
And that is what we do not realize when we are trainees.
Very true.
We actually criticize every moment of training, but then we know people like you actually make us realize, and all the torchbearers, future ANOs, trainers, trainees, that these are the moments that we are going to cherish for our lifetime. That we got this opportunity. And that actually makes us leader. OTA prepares us into a different kind of a leader.
You are a leader, you feel you are a leader, but the time when it's a time for testing, you stand out of the crowd.
Correct, ma'am.
That is.
And you are absolutely remembered as one of the finest leader.
Thank you
so much.
Till
today we receive the testimonies of you being how you managed to be such a strong leader.
Thank you so much.
So OTA not only prepares leader for today, but for tomorrow as well.
True.
So how had OTA made you a leader? How has OTA transformed you into a complete leader, a strong leader, an extraordinary leader?
So the very first big thing is there has to be a seed. The seed of leadership was perhaps somewhere or the other was there, and that landed me here. Now when we started, when I got not the responsibility, I feel at this ownership. There's a difference. Responsibility is given, accountability is taken, and ownership it is mine. So yes, the day one when I got the charge of my company senior, and it was the time when I had to take the ownership. I owe the promise to my company commander. Major Priyanka was at Durgavati time, she was taking care, and I promised that this time the flag will be ours. So that was the moment when I understood what is flag actually all about. Certainly in NCC we are taught, but when you put your hands on experience, the load is on to you, then things are way, way different. So managing all 65 females of different states, different verbatims, the lobbies I found, because after a week only this companies were formed. So different lobbies, how to enter, how to knock them, how to help them to come out of the, sometimes your threshold is being tested. So it was the one thing that I made learn was have patience. Have patience. Develop respect for each and every one. Maybe the others might be thinking, अरे उसको कुछ नहीं आता है यार, अरे गड्ढा है, अरे खाई है.
And that is where your hasty judgment scenarios end and you realize there is much more potential in a person than it shows outside.
Very true. And what happens is people think, अरे इसको क्या आता है, ये तो बोल भी नहीं पा रही है, अरे ये तो यार कैसी CTO आ गई है, ये तो बोल नहीं पा रही, ये क्या करेगी. So my objective was very clear. It was very, very clear that all of them are teaching fraternities. So it is all about the hesitations.
Yes.
That people have to come out, and some certainly do not want to come out of the comfort zone.
Everyone has some or the other skill, and when we actually see them that, oh, they are doing this,
True.
we are surprised and mesmerized at the same time.
Yes, and a point was being made that chaho na chaho, काम तो करना है. So it was respect, regard, discipline, trust that yes, we have to win. Trust not me, trust yourself. Any outsider can come and thrash you or beat you. No, that is not something you are. Will you allow anybody to enter your home and take the things from your home?
And this company concept actually, ma'am, also teaches us that the very motto of NCC, unity.
True.
Where any defeat of company is my defeat and every success is my success.
My success. That is what I said. It's all about ownership.
Correct.
So as Sam Manekshaw, the legend, he has said, if you are a leader, take the judgment, and while taking the judgment, then own that judgment. Own that judgment means you have to take in charge, success or failure. So mine was only one thing, that yes, that patience I learned. Sometimes I used to go back to my room and with my course mate, 2 or 3 buddies that comes around. So I used to say,
that lifetime friends that we make.
That are close to my heart, nothing more I could say. So we used to discuss now what should be the strategy, how to make these people move, come out, because in each activity, it is a mandate, as you know, that every person from your company has to come and speak. And people were not ready to come out of their comfort zone or hesitation or their own barriers. Maybe they are good teachers in their place, but when it comes to the stage and platform.
That is how your leadership style actually worked, ma'am.
Yes.
So that is how you make people work.
Sometimes a little push, sometimes a little pull, sometimes baby, sometimes fear, sometimes reward, sometimes punishment. So we used to celebrate cakes, pastries.
That completely defines the journey of OTA.
That's
But
true.
when I look at you, ma'am, and as we know about you, are such a bubbly, fun-loving, freedom-loving character. And NCC is not less than a military officer training. So that discipline is required in life, that stagnancy, that calm, that composure is required. So little different from your ordinary behavior. How you manage to cope up with this change in the personality trait?
That is what is life all about. If the leader is always serious, on a serious note, you will make your audience, you will make your people feel low. So cheering up, happiness is something. The moment you are happy from inside, you can make others also happy. So that's one of the fundamentals I follow. And as a psychotherapist, I ensure that the smile should be on.
And that's actually the prime importance of life, ma'am.
And about discipline, certainly enjoyment, fun, sorrow, fear, all are these emotions. Discipline is not an emotion. It has to be inbuilt. If you want to grow, then you need to be disciplined in life. Discipline can only help you to grow and to build yourself what you are.
The type of schedule that OTA offers
absolutely
actually trains you for that. No matter whether you want to or not, but it trains you for that.
45 seconds delay, 10 seconds delay, 2 seconds delay in fallen. You know what?
Correct.
And then the punishment is not those punishment that humiliation is there.
Yes.
But physical punishment after so much of ragda, when it extra ragra, then nobody wants that extra ragra. So you have to be on time. And yes,
That is how OTA prepares us.
once 1 second is how many millions microseconds are involved, and that creates a difference in you than others.
So this was about your journey in OTA, ma'am.
Yeah.
After completing your 6-month journey, 6 months back you have completed PRC and SW111 course.
Right.
So after completing your journey from here, what challenges do you face as an ANO? It could be probably as a CTO also. So what are those challenges with cadets managing academics and NCC together? Apart from that, any social challenges that you face that NCC helps you to cure?
Right.
If you can share a few instances of the
Sure.
same.
So now there are multiple questions that have been bounced on me, and one by one I would like to share the experience and the challenges. So the moment I went out from OTA, certainly my university took me on hands. The best part was the welcome ceremony, the way we have been greeted. Now, the challenging phase came that my cadets for 75 days, those are my babies, my cadets. So I had to hand it over to somebody else.
Ji.
And certainly the person has done a mindful job, because that was ex-cadet, so that helped me out.
Ji.
And but apart from that, the cadets were seeking, where is ma'am? That hunger, that curiosity, and the things were there. Slowly and parallelly, the general challenges that we face as an ANO is post-admission, the first thing is timetable. Because I'm not talking about schools or colleges, I'm talking about universities and colleges, not the schools. What happens, we have different areas. I mean, schools. In a university, we have different departments. Now, if I talk about the strength, for example, if I take 50 strength, though I have a company already of 160, I'm giving you just a layman example, 50 is the strength. Now, in engineering, I have only 5 cadets, for example, and I have nursing around 15 cadets. In pharmacy, I have 2 cadets, I have 4 cadets here and there in different distribution. Now, each department has different timetable. In school, we have a very specific timetable that this is the timetable for NCC and cadet has to come. Here, one thing is our rule says 75% of attendance, at least the strength has to be there. Now, that becomes a major challenge because each department has a different timetable.
Yes.
So, it is very difficult to collect that 75% of strength, number one.
And I believe every person who is actually working in the university is facing
more or less the similar issue. Now, point number 2, when I talk about grade 2 and 3 cities, still try to empathize with my situation, but when I'm talking about Delhi NCR or metro cities, what happens is the university bus has its own fixed time. Now, my university starts at 8:45 and it ends by 4:45. So, the bus will come and the bus will leave. Till the time the child is involved completely into their own academic routine. Now, in the mid, if I want to take them out, the first thing is again the attendance. The attendance has to be 75%. Forget about even the NCC attendance. I'm talking about
the class. These are those people who are not residential students.
Absolutely.
Cadets. They are commuting every day.
Commuting. So, in Delhi NCR, one way, if a person is coming from Delhi and my university is located in Greater Noida, one way, the child in public transport, it costs rupees 80 to 125 rupees. So, I cannot ask the child to come before 8:45 or before 8 o'clock.
It's economically taxing for them.
Economically and time consuming. From Delhi, the closest Delhi from Greater Noida, if I talk about, it's 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, Mayur Vihar is the closest, the border. वहाँ से बच्चा जब आता है यहाँ, तो वो ऑलरेडी कितने बजे निकले, अगर पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट ले रहा है, मेट्रो लेगा, मेट्रो से आएगा, तो मेट्रो चलती है 6:30 बजे चलती है। अब वो 6 बजे मतलब वो अपने घर से निकलेगा 5:30 बजे। And I'm putting extra hole in his or her pocket. So that becomes the second number challenge. The very first is attendance, the second is this, and the third certainly many a times the parents have the concept, or the girls are how to groom them so strong, they are in sun, they are, arey, ye ho jayega, all those petty issues, that we do it by counseling.
That is how NCC transforms you to make you from that feeble
Yes.
personality to a very strong personality.
Absolutely. So that we let the parents also know. But major problem is these two problems that we suffer
But despite
mostly.
the challenges, ma'am, you are running it so well. Your leadership style is praised everywhere.
Yeah, 31 UP, of course, stands tall in front of.
That is visible with
Uttar
the
Pradesh.
type of ANO 31
Thank
UP
you
is
so much.
having. I would like to continue with the discussion, ma'am. I'm enjoying the conversation. It is such a stimulating discussion. But then there is paucity of time. So I would like to end with this last question. Your suggestions to make this organization grow about OTA and your suggestions about the future torchbearers, your advice to them rather.
Right.
The future torchbearers, the trainees, PRC and SW112.
So the very first thing is alumni formation.
Ji.
So that each and every ANO
And through
is
this medium, we are actually conveying it to a greater audience.
absolutely. So we need to form a strong alumni association, and this is association not for halla bol or anything, but for the social cause. How we can contribute to the society, what news ideas you might be generating inside your mind or your state you might be. So we can even later on exchange with each other.
Correct.
Now WhatsApp groups are formed, but mostly people are not active. So at least in a year, can we have, or in twice after 2 years, one association get together or state get together.
Yes.
Somewhere or the other, NCC can initiate, that's just a piece of suggestion or request that each directorate should ask for a get together and give ANOs, apart from the general task, give one area where a state can grow. Let's find out what are the areas where my state, your state, and combining everything, it's how India grows. So, and of course, all India, the other suggestion would be, we already have an alumni portal, but it's still
not that active.
Activated. So, certainly, why not we involve our experiences, not only ours, but our people who have gone through 65, 69, 70s.
Yes.
Everyone.
That is how we will encash from the experience of.
For sure. So that is what is important. And I believe we are doing fantabulous, and the way the cadets are being provided the facility, and this year we have started giving the remuneration to even the private universities also. So that is commendable job the government is doing, and certainly we are in full support to grow our nation.
Once again, thank you, ma'am, for joining us. It was really a stimulating discussion. I would like to thank all the viewers. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.